Every year, and in fact this was our 10th competition, we hold the Best Sommelier of BC, which the Vancouver International Wine Festival very graciously gives their Sommelier of the Year award to for the last decade. And they come in early in the morning, geared up to write an intense theory exam, do a blind tasting of a red and a white wine, and a preliminary service test.
I think the most difficult part of the exam for me was the business of wine and theory, but the blinds were hard too. It was all hard.
The morning was surprising. The service exam in the morning was a beer service, which was a first for me.
Thrilled to get through theory. That is one of the hardest things I will do all year.
I've got a shout out to all 16 of the competitors who sat for the exam in the morning, because it really shows a dedication to their craft.
Following that, they have a little bit of a break where the judges put their heads down and deliberate, marking the blind tasting, and we have a team of markers all for the theory portion of the exam as well. And then as we move into the afternoon, we announce our top three. And this is where things really do get exciting. It's a very vulnerable thing for people to do. It takes a lot of courage, a lot of bravery.
Oh, nervous, but I'm so excited.
And so in the live competition, this typically starts with a cocktail challenge. Then we move into wine service, so typically sparkling wine, followed by red wine decantation. And this year, those stations were actually merged together to mimic more of a real restaurant setting. Then a blind tasting of sometimes spirit, sometimes other things. And then we move into the portion of food and wine pairing. And this always is very exciting, and typically we get to highlight some BC wines along with some BC food, and often whatever the theme region for the Vancouver International Wine Festival is, which this year is West Coast US wines, and we highlighted California in this portion of the competition. Then moving on to photo identification and wine list correction, which is always very exciting, both for the competitor and for the audience. And then moving into sort of the grand finale, which is the blind tasting. So we had one fortified wine, one sparkling wine, and one red and one white. The competitors are sequestered, and then it's off to the races, where the judges put their heads down and very meticulously score everything from the start of that cocktail challenge all the way to the end of the blind tasting of 4 wines.
From the moment you find out you made the top 3, you're on the stage with the microphone on, and you're doing the first challenge within 2 minutes.
There's no such thing as an easy tasting, so that was always a challenge. I truly think that it was a close race no matter what happens.
At the end of the day, what I wanted to do was bring some semblance of comfort and ease and fun to service, because that is what sommeliers do. We bring fun, we bring energy. We're here to make your night fun. And I really enjoyed myself. I hope that showed in my performance.
At the end of the day, you just gotta get out there and do your best and not get too flustered, and hopefully I've done that. It's an honor to compete in this program and to just be surrounded by so many friends and colleagues that I love.
Every year, inevitably, things end up being very, very close. And so the math is triple, double checked, all to make sure that we fairly award the Best Sommelier of BC.
The winner of the Best Somm of BC 2025 is Andrew Forsyth.